Audio Jungle.
We're back, guys, to yet another episode of Married at First Sight. Welcome to Postcard Eyes Unfiltered. This is where you get all the juicy content that's MAF related. So do not forget to subscribe, like, comment. Homestay week, guys, episode 26. Here we see the couples get to visit their partner's hometown to see how they live and also find out or determine if they are compatible on the outside, because as you know, the experiment is a bubble. You only get to interact with the group and each other. So homestay week gives a different feel and a different vibe to the dynamics of each couple's relationship, especially where they are at. Now, following the epic night from last night, this episode didn't really leave much to be desired, so it's gonna be a quick recap for me, but I'll try and get to the points as quickly as I can. First, the couples had to rationalize the disaster that was last night, which was the commitment ceremony. Each with their opinions and how they felt. They all agreed that the expert did make the right decision by sending Carolina and Daniel packing. Again, good riddance to bad rubbish. We don't need that. For the moral justification of society, that is not what we need on our TV screen. So we're done with that. It's a 24 hours ultimatum for Al and Samantha following their breakdown of their relationship at the commitment ceremony. We see Al going over to Samantha to propose a plan. He's trying to get them to have fun, a fun activity or fun together this week so that they end or exit the show on friendly notes. But according to Al, he's got a hidden agenda. Samantha agrees, to his plan. I guess we'll have to wait and see how his agenda plays out. Now, Al and Samantha are going to be excluded from homestays week. We already know their relationship is intense and it's not going nowhere fast. So there's no point in taking each other to see where they live, because it would just be disastrous. So good idea that they are not going anywhere, rather trying to fix or trying to find friendship in their mess. We see Selena and Cody packing, as well as Dom and Jack. Next is Olivia and Jackson. They are all each going to each other's place. Tamara and Brent, despite the separate living situation, they are both going on the couple's homestay and they are going as friends. Brent is also happy to take the pressure off them and the expectation as well off them to get them to start afresh. Now, I hope this goes well for the both of them, but again, we know how this is gonna end. As for Olivia and Jackson, given her behavior the last couple of weeks, it will make for an interesting dynamic, guys. Just when you thought you have an idea as to who will go the 9 yards, or you have the couples all figured out, you get thrown a curveball. So we get to see how the homestay week plays out. So over now to Brent and Tamara. Tamara is going to stay at Brent's studio apartment in Bondi. Brent is nervous, obviously, because we all know Tamara likes the fabulous and lavish lifestyle. He doesn't have that. He's, given what he went through in Dubai following the pandemic. So he's pretty much picking up from the ground and starting to build his way back up. Tamara is not too pleased with the living situation or about the size of his place. They have been able to, just have a chilled moment and get to be friends. It's going so well so far. They have had friends come over for drinks, the day of arrival, and they seem happy days. And then it's off to Brent's folks' place to I guess debrief to the parents for the day. Brent folks wanted to know where they are at as soon as they got there. Once they became aware of their struggles, Brent's parents, especially Brent's dad, advised them to be friends, knowing that marriage is hard work, relationship is hard work. You're never ever going to agree on the same things, and you're always going to have to find a way to compromise and be the first to apologize. And I like the father's idea, because those are sage words from older folks who have been married for decades. Those are the kind of things that you go through as a married couple in a marriage, and it's no walk in the park, guys. If you want it, you have to work hard at it. It's over to the northern beaches where Cody and Selena reside, and Selena will be meeting Cody's flatmate, who outdid himself with the ground welcome filled with rose petals and cut out photos with watermelon. Now, guys, I'm not going to go into details with how he placed the watermelon, but let's just say it was very tacky. Selena found the minimalistic living a bit much for her. Selena is waking up to the realization that she is in a bachelor's pad, and the bachelor's pad is in total chaos. I guess this is going to be the catalyst that will bring the camel back for these two. Yet again. Ella and Mitch, on the other hand, are heading over to Victoria, Melbourne, Brighton. Mitch is going to be going to see Ella's mom and step dad. We soon find out that living in separate cities will be an issue for both couples, because as you know, they've already been thinking life outside the experiment, and so the one bone of contention between them is the fact that they're going to be living in separate cities. That will be discussed, or rather it was a conversation that Ella's mom said we'll be bringing up, after dinner or during dinner. Very quickly, Ella's brother, wants to know where they stand with the life outside of the experiment, and they were quick to decide that at the moment it will be a long-distance relationship, and Ella's brother is cautious about long-distance relationship, knowing that it oftentimes is a barrier to effectively having a healthy long-term relationship. Guys, we will have to wait and see how this plays out, because as you know, we are on to the final weeks of the end of the show. So there's not much decision, there's not much time for the decision that has to be made. But again, we're going to see how all of this unfolds. So now my highlights, the highlight for the night was actually between Jack and Domenica, and as well as Olivia and Jackson. That's where the drama is at the moment. But Jack is going over to Domenica's place, whose folks live in a farm in New South Wales. Is it Austral? And you can see it's a happy household. Domenica's family, they are so down to earth, so chilled, and there is there's so much community in that family dynamic. I loved the warmth that they were exuding. Very all too clearly, we saw that we heard that they have Domenica's got a love shack in the family's farm, and the Cobby house is now like a motel. I love it at Casa Doms. I will tell you, it just felt very warm, peaceful, and it was happy vibes. Dom's dad decided he was going to grill Jack in his slaughterhouse. Very funny. First test was for Jack to lift some weight, after which he tried to convince Dad that his intentions for Domenica, it's real. He's in the right place. He wants to make it work, and he wants to see what happens here on out. For Dom's parents, they were concerned about the fact that she had only just been divorced and wondered if it were too soon to get into another relationship. Now, you again will never know. Everybody has an individual way of dealing with heartbreaks here. You would not especially someone like Domenica. Domenica is a very romantic person, and I think love is a language, essentially. So if she's heartbroken, she wants that void to be filled, and I guess coming on the show was a way to fill the void and get to know more about herself, and I guess grow and learn. Jack's parents are coming for lunch, and it's a Brady brunch, guys. The Brady brunch, the dynamics was just all too perfect. We see Monica with Jack's mom, struggling with, she was being a little bit posh coming into the farm lifestyle, but that just played out really well. They had pasta for dinner, which I totally wanted to have some, so I'm making pasta for work tomorrow with some Parmigiano. Well, Olivia is going to Jackson's homestay. She's meeting Jackson's friends, and all too clearly she doesn't like dogs. It was very evident. She was irritated. She was just a nightmare. Jack then brought up the Dom's conversation from the fallout at the couple's retreat with his friends, where Olivia immediately took hold of the conversation and once again lied about what transpired. Of course, she had to make herself look good, and proudly said she will hate the girl for the rest of her life. Literally, she said, and I quote, "I would hate her till I die." Girl is due for a heart health check. Surely all this grudge keeping and hate would have taken its toll on her arteries. Like, I don't know. It's too much work to be hating someone till you die. Literally. She's how old again? 28? Till you die. So you're going to have all of that hate. And she even said she hates girls from her kinder. Bloody imagine this. Really? I can't even remember those I went to kinder, like nursery school with. And she actually has everybody in a record book. I mean, she went on to discuss the sordid details about how she destroyed a bridesmaid dress over a babe's minor argument or minor altercation or minor disagreement with the bride-to-be. I mean, she's so happy to tell everyone that she's nasty, and just having a badge of honor and a crown to state that yes, it's me, all mine. I am a very mean person. I can't, just talking about it, I'm even trying, I'm struggling. They are waking up to breakfast with Olivia sort of suddenly realizing that she probably would have said, or she probably said too much, given the way she was gloating about what she did with the bridesmaid dress. And I mean, her evil personality is standard now. We now know this is who she is, but she wasn't expecting that Jackson's friends were going to take kindly to that statement. I mean, we're just meeting you for the first time, and all we hear is how much you hate everybody and how much you, or the extent to which you can go to actually show your hate. I mean, like, I really don't know. On the agenda was a gym session for Jackson, to which we can see Olivia is not into the gym and she hates it again. Everything with Olivia is the word hate. Letting Jackson know she doesn't like it too, and she will not be joining him further after they decide to move in together once the experiment is over. She's a hard work. I can't even begin to describe how hard she will be for Jackson. Poor old mate, he needs to start coming to terms with the fact that this girl is not it. Toxic. I am afraid there is trouble in paradise following the revelation, because at each time she kept trying to let Jackson know that, well, your time with the gym is coming to an end, because very soon it's gonna be me and me only. And Jackson was like, hell to the no, it will be my gym and you as well. The gym takes priority over you, actually. They went back and forth with that. You could see her face. She actually gave an adjective describing her low tolerance of Jackson's gym sessions. Well, I don't know how this is going to play out, but it continues tomorrow with the expectation of a nude photo scandal that's about to leak in the experiment. I will see you guys very soon. Just stay safe, and bye for now.